can you give me your ID?
Did I commit a crime?
No. You committed a violation. And
that's not a crime.
I need to get your ID, right?
Ma'am, you could get it if I commit a crime. It's neither crime that I committed so that I can give you my ID.
Come on. I need you to hop out of the car.
I'm not going to identify because I didn't commit a crime. So
we're diving into something that should be pretty straightforward. Recording in public. But as you probably know, it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes just standing up for your rights can rub people the wrong way and lead to some wild situations. We're going to check out some real-life clips where folks interact with the public and police and see how it all plays out when you know your rights and aren't afraid to use them. It's all about that balance between personal freedom and how others react. So, let's jump in and see what goes down.
Please be an audio and video recording. Can I just see your license and registration?
There's no registration.
Thank you. How about your license?
What am I getting pulled over for?
You rode through that stop sign.
What stop sign?
The stop sign.
You're lying. There's no stop sign.
There's a yield, right?
No, it's a stop sign. It's a stop sign.
But why you come following us
crazy.
anyway?
Anyways, it's fine. It's fine.
I was just turning around and coming back.
I'm sure you was. I'm sure you was.
Do you have an ID on you, bud?
I'm not giving you anything.
You have to. You don't have a license. Seatbelt on, bud. You gotta give me your license.
The seatbelt's broken.
It doesn't matter. Then you don't have one on you. So can you give me your ID?
Did I commit a crime?
No.
You committed a violation. And
that's not a crime. So why do I have to give you an ID?
Because I can write you a ticket for your seatbelt.
So write the ticket.
I need your identification.
I'm not giving you ID.
Okay, well that's not how this is gonna work.
So how's it gonna work then? I didn't commit a crime, so what are you gonna do?
You committed a violation.
What is a violation? It's a citation. It's not a crime.
Not arrestable
How am I
offense.
supposed to write you a citation?
I don't know. I'm not gonna do your job for you.
Well, I can't write you a citation.
So we're gonna sit here all night, Ma. I'm sorry to tell you, we're gonna sit here all night. I didn't commit a crime, so I don't have to give you anything.
All right.
I'm not gonna make their job easy, bro.
Give me an ID, right? Then we don't have to do this. I don't have to ask you to step out of the car and do all that stuff. So if you just give me an ID.
For what crime did I commit?
Because you're not wearing a seatbelt. So you have to ID yourself because if I'm going to write you
that's not a crime, honey. It's not a crime.
It's a violation.
Listen, for me to give you ID, it has to be a crime involved. All right? That's not, well, I don't know what kind of code you're following because I follow the God's laws and I follow the law of the land.
Like I didn't come to a complete stop.
Then that's an arrest.
I'm not IDing. I'm not giving. I didn't commit a crime. If there's a crime involved, I'll give you my ID. I'll be more than happy. I'll be more than happy to give you my ID if there's a crime involved. Your whole police station knows who we are, so it's like, why y'all playing games with us, yo? Why you guys playing games, man? You obviously know who I am.
I have no. Have I ever met you?
Of course, this is the game you guys play. Oh, let me let this guy pull him over so he doesn't know. I'm tired of y'all games, man. We're sick of it. I'm sick of y'all people. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all good for nothing. You're a corporation that collects money from people. You don't help the people. All right? You're a private corporation trying to do business with me. I don't want to do business with you. What's the big deal? I don't want to do business with you.
Then we're gonna have to force you out of the car.
Do what you gotta do. What are you gonna do? You're gonna cause yourself a 1983 settlement for no crime involved, and you're gonna do all this for no crime, for a citation.
And it's not because he has like any
I don't have an ID. I don't have ID.
or anything like that. It's just that he believes in his rights.
I'm not giving you any information if there's no crime involved.
And most of the cops know us around here.
If I committed a crime, then I'll be more than happy. But there's no crime. Where's the crime?
I'm so tired of getting.
Tell me the crime I committed so I can give you my ID and we can handle this. It's a citation, a violation. Then I'm not gonna help you do your job, ma'am.
Okay, I know.
Here's the deal.
I know you're frustrated.
I'm not frustrated. We're just tired of the police harassing the people. We're tired of you guys. It don't matter. You wear that outfit. You're part of the Blue Foundation. You're part of the Brotherhood.
Don't even talk no more. Just let.
I'm just explaining to her that I didn't commit a crime. What is she? We're gonna
said the same thing. It's a violation.
So this is what I'm saying.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
I need to get your ID, right?
Ma'am, you could get it if I commit a crime. It's neither crime that I committed so that I can give you my ID.
You're ready to take him out, I guess? He doesn't want to deal with
Yep.
this? Okay. All right, help out, sir.
Come on. I need you to hop out of the car.
Here.
Because if they arrest you, then we definitely got a lawsuit. 100%.
No, I'm not. Give me the crime and I'll identify.
It's a violation of the law.
Yo, funny thing is, bro, one of your teams of captains, they know who I am, bro. Like, I'm not gonna play any games with you guys. No, I'm not gonna identify because I didn't commit a crime. So
Over a seat belt.
Okay, can you put your hands behind your back for me?
This is unlawful right here. You see this shit? Unlawful.
It's all good, babe. It's all good.
Unlawful. It's all
Do
good.
you have any weapons or anything on you, any knives or anything?
I don't consent to anything.
And it's not that he committed a crime, so he doesn't need to identify. It's a violation over a seat belt.
All right, so this is what I'm going to tell you, right? So not
Here's the deal.
Is
It's a secondary crime, which is
no, it's not. Right, so that's an arrest.
Violations aren't laws.
it's a secondary crime. But where's the first crime?
You're not wearing a seatbelt, bud. I don't know
I
why
don't got
you're
none of
elevated.
it. Nah, because I'm done with you guys, bro.
Because you guys pulled me over for not coming to a complete stop.
That's it. Everybody complies and does what
This
you guys
is fucking
say. It's not
wild.
like that anymore. We live in a free land. This is America.
What do you say?
We don't live in Nazi Germany. We need papers to walk around town and shit. It's just crazy.
This is all over. Supposedly, I didn't come to a complete stop at the stop sign.
It does have to be this difficult. But we need pushback because you guys won't stop. You won't stop.
But I've never met you. I don't know.
It don't matter. You part of you part of it. You part of the
but you're
program.
saying that I'm targeting you. I've never met you.
It don't matter. Your voice. I don't care if you target me or not. Police just. That's it. It is what it is.
If he's a passenger in the car and the stop has nothing to do with him.
This is unlawful. I'm telling you.
I know.
Watch. I'm definitely suing for this.
There's no.
I hope so. I hope we go to jail tonight. Bro. I really hope you guys lock me up, bro. I'm not playing with y'all no more.
All right.
I'm done with this shit for real.
No,
Let's
let's see if they take you to jail. No, I want to see if they take you to jail for not giving them an ID when you didn't wear a seatbelt.
The seatbelt thing is broken, bro. It's broken.
Well, then you shouldn't be riding it when you're riding in the back because you're required to wear a seatbelt by law.
Believe he's
You mean by statute? Because it's not law.
What's his name?
See what I'm saying? Like, you know my name. Like,
They know who you are. It's harassment.
Yeah, I don't know who you are.
Maybe you don't personally, but the police station does. I don't know him. Oh, look, we gotta have another cop come. We need backup. We need backup. Look at this. This is how many cops we need for not wearing a seatbelt.
this is where we live at. I'm telling you.
This is wild.
It's ugly, bro. It's ugly. It's gotta stop, bro. We ain't do nothing wrong. There's no crime been committed.
Do you know Detective Cooley? Have you met Detective Cooley?
I don't really care. That's the problem. I don't
Oh,
care.
it's funny.
It's too cool for this man.
I'm hot. I'm good. I'm ready.
Okay,
I
fair
want
enough.
this. You know that?
It was real simple. You could have just gave me my ticket and let us go home and eat our pizza with our children.
That's how I feel. So this is where we stand.
We're hard-working people. We work hard. We don't break laws. We don't do anything illegal. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'm just standing for my rights, man. Just
Alright, no, I hear you, bro.
not even committing no crimes, and I never will.
What are we doing here? You guys in an argument or something?
No? She pulled me over, said I didn't come to a complete stop at a stop sign, and now she wants his ID because he didn't have a seatbelt on.
Well, she's perfectly okay in doing that, but it's good
He
thing
didn't commit a crime. He doesn't have to ID himself.
it's a civil infraction. You have to produce that. I'm sure we went over this in court that one.
You give it to the driver then.
That's fine. Yeah, that
Give me
you're
the
absolutely
ticket.
right.
Yep,
We
give
can
me
do
the
that.
ticket.
Good
Thank
thing I
you.
know who he is.
Okay, so are we relaxed now?
I'm been fine.
He's been
I just
relaxed.
gotta let y'all know that this has gotta change, man.
It's
We live in a
harassment.
free country.
This is the
If we're
law
not
that
committing
we follow.
crimes,
Do you
it's
understand
not
that?
listen, I want to tell you, it's okay. There's a difference between legal and lawful. You guys follow a legal statute code, which is
Right.
okay, and
That's
that's what you
legal.
believe in. But I believe in being free, and I
Right.
understand. I
And
see
I
the
be-
information, and I know it, and I
Yeah,
know it in my heart.
And I understand all of that, right? But that's still what we follow. Do you get that?
I-
Whether I agree with you or not, that's still the.
And you
that's the
stand there,
guidelines
and I
that
stand
follow.
here. This is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
That's
So
fine.
that's where we
We
at.
can have different opinions.
That's where
No
we
big
at.
deal, bro.
That's why I'm not mad. I just, I might be a little passionate. You know?
Yeah.
That's
no.
what it is.
We're all
you know?
passionate about something.
Yeah, so I get excited.
Okay, so this is
and
what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take you out of cuffs. Okay, you're gonna go back in the seat, and we're gonna be good.
thank you.
How you been, Ramon?
I've been good, man.
You working?
Nah,
No.
staying out of trouble, just relaxing.
Under the radar?
Yep.
Yeah, baby.
I don't want no problems.
There you go.
We good?
Yeah, we
This
good.
situation is another classic example of police overreach turning a small issue into a full-blown conflict. The guy clearly knows his rights and is standing his ground, refusing to ID because he didn't commit a crime. And he's right. Seatbelt violations and traffic infractions are not crimes. They are civil infractions. But cops love to push the narrative that any violation means they can demand ID and escalate the situation. You can see the frustration in the way the passenger talks. He knows the game. They pull people over, demand ID, and use any excuse to justify their actions. And when he doesn't comply, suddenly more cops show up like he's some kind of threat. It's crazy how quickly a seatbelt violation turns into a step out of the car situation. And for what? So they can flex their authority. What's wild is that they know who he is. The cops admit it, yet they still act like he's some unknown suspect. This just proves that a lot of these stops are about control, not safety. He was right to call out the system for what it is, a revenue collection scheme disguised as law enforcement. In the end, they let him go, probably realizing that pushing further could lead to legal trouble. But this kind of thing happens every day. People need to know their rights because if you don't push back, cops will keep testing the limits of what they can get away with.
When you guys came over there, we encountered with two officers. Don't know their names. They wouldn't identify, only by number. I think that's pretty much like kind of definitely unprofessional.
No, it's our policy.
Oh, it's you guys' policy. So you guys don't have to identify.
Start.
I understand your star number, but so you're saying when you come in encounter with a member of the public, you don't have to say your actual name, really, and that's in policy. So is it an implied policy or written? Because I'm gonna FOIA it real quick.
You do whatever you want.
No, I'm just saying. Is it implied?
No, it's in our policy.
Oh, okay, so it's written. Oh, okay. And another thing I want to confirm is this young lady at the front said you guys she didn't have a complaint form at that desk. You would have to get me. Okay, so can I have one then?
Yeah, sure. What's your complaint?
My complaint is the officers basically trying to have intimidation tactics and not identifying right now. So I definitely want to complain about that.
So you were saying you were intimidated?
Yeah, she was trying to. It didn't work, but she was trying to. I mean, if they want you out of here, we're kicking you out. And that's kind of a scare tactic.
Well, no. I mean, if you're in there filming children, which would make, I think, any parent uncomfortable when a total stranger is in the children's area of a library filming children.
Okay.
I mean, that's disorderly conduct.
That's disorderly conduct.
Right, that's disorderly conduct. You're making people feel unreasonably safe, and they could ask you to leave. They did not. Okay, they didn't ask you to leave.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
But that is a legal right of theirs, especially if you are acting in a way that would alarm or disturb a reasonable person. And as a parent, if I had a total stranger videotaping my children, that would alarm and disturb.
So let me ask you this: what if you had a total stranger not recording your children in that area? Because that's the case.
That's not why we were called over there. We were called over there because we were told you were in the children's area
recording. Oh, so if they said recording children, then that was a lie.
Okay, well, we don't know that, but that's the information my office had when they went over there.
Even if that's the case, even if I was recording children, that's not illegal.
Well, I just explained to you how it could be. It could be disorderly conduct because you are acting in a manner that disturbs or alarms somebody. And again, if you're recording me, I'm not disturbed or alarmed. But a grown man recording somebody else's children, that is disturbing and alarming.
So, I mean, I can understand how you're trying to convert it, but...
No, I'm not trying to convert anything.
Because the Supreme Court says...
The statute for disorderly conduct is a person acts in a manner that disturbs or alarms somebody. And if you, a grown man, are recording other people's children in an area of the library that is specifically designated for children, a reasonable person would find that disturbing and alarming. Okay.
So the Supreme Court has ruled that you can't convert a constitutionally protected activity into a crime. You can't say, even though you have the right to do it, we can still arrest you if they feel some type of way. That's not going to hold up.
No, they have to. That's like the nature of a crime. You can go outside and you can scream at me from across the street telling me you're going to kick my ass. That's your free speech. But the minute you cross the street and in front of me and say you're going to kick my ass, that becomes assault because you place me reasonably in fear of receiving a battery. I just converted free speech into a crime. So I think you're misinterpreting that rule.
Oh, absolutely not. Don't get me wrong. You can do whatever you want to do. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, maybe I said it wrong. If you want to try to convert it into a crime, you can. But it's not going to hold up, is what I'm saying. So I can be arrested. I can be arrested. I can be arrested for everything right now. That doesn't mean I'm going to be convicted. I just told you.
So you were intimidated by a 5'2", 100-pound female?
That's armed, right? She's armed.
Okay, but again, so you were intimidated. You were intimidated by a 5'2", 100-pound female officer who never used profanity, who never raised her voice, who never put her hand on her gun, acted completely professional. You were intimidated.
Oh, how could you say she's professional? Sorry, you
wasn't
there.
I watched her body.
She wasn't professional. Coming right in, telling me that she's going to, if they want you to leave, we're going to get you out of here.
She was professional. She was giving you your options, and she spoke in a calm, professional voice.
Absolutely.
But again, I watched the video. So here's the deal. Okay. So just so we're clear, right? So on your camera and mine, you would like to file a complaint against the officer.
That's correct.
Who is 5'2", 100 pounds, never put her hand on her gun, talked to you in a professional.
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with it, but the body cam will show in a professional manner. Explain to you the situation,
right?
And at the end of it, told you that you were free to record, you just couldn't record.
Well, when she told me that, did you see what I told her?
Yeah. So again, that's your complaint, right?
Yeah, that definitely so.
I'll be right back.
All right. This is a 5'2". What does that mean? She's an armed tyrant. That's very intimidating. He tried to make it seem like that's my point. You can now, if you want to yell, if you want to say, the police break laws and rules and all the time. So you can do what you want to do, but it won't hold up in court. That was my thing and my point, and he didn't want to entertain that. So you can tell, man. You can just tell. Oakland Police Department. Now he's a sergeant, acting like the first two we just encountered today. They are tyrants, man. We hope the chief of police. Matter of fact, we're gonna try to get we're gonna see about the rank. Right, for sure.
Sir.
So how does the rank go, Sergeant?
Oh, online, man. Go ahead and look.
Oh, he a tyrant too, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Yeah, it is what it is, man. We gonna definitely fill this out real quick. We gonna definitely fill this out and get a copy. It will be good. We'll be ready.
This one feels a lot different from the other clips, mostly because nobody came in hot right away. It started polite, and honestly that matters. A guy is standing on a public sidewalk filming people walking into a church. From a legal point of view, that's usually allowed. Public sidewalk, public view, no real expectation of privacy. So, he's not breaking the law just by recording. But I also get why people were uneasy. Church is personal for a lot of folks. It's not like walking into a grocery store. People don't want to feel watched when they're heading in to pray. So, even if it's legal, it still feels uncomfortable. And that's a real human reaction, not just drama. What I liked here is that most of the conversation stayed calm. People asked questions, he answered some, refused others, and nobody started yelling about lawsuits or calling the cops tyrants. That alone kept things from blowing up. He didn't have to explain his project, and they didn't have the right to demand it. At the same time, he could have easily said something simple like, "It's for a personal art project." And probably lowered the tension even more. The selfie moment was actually kind of perfect. It showed how fast things change when people stop assuming the worst. 1 minute it's awkward, the next minute they're joking and taking pictures together. That's how public spaces are supposed to work. At the end of the day, both sides were kind of right. He had the right to be there and record. They had the right to feel weird about it and ask questions. Nobody needed to win. This is one of those situations where the Constitution protects your freedom. But common sense and a little empathy make that freedom easier for everyone to live with.
I need your ID. Did
I break a law?
There's potentially a liquor violation, yes.
Yeah, I didn't.
Are you serving tonight?
I didn't violate anybody.
So. Okay. Well, it's unlawful to serve someone who's visibly intoxicated.
Right.
Okay. So
I think we all know that, but I didn't do that, so.
You have your ID?
No, I don't. I didn't break any law. Right? Do you have evidence?
That's why we're here.
Do you have evidence that I broke a law in particular?
That's why I'm here.
If you don't have evidence that I specifically broke a law, then there's no probable cause for you to ask for my ID because you have to have reasonable. No, you have to have reasonable. Specifically broke a law, which I didn't do.
Listen,
I'm very careful about who I serve, and that's all I'll say.
Listen, I have reasonable.
That's why I'm
suspicion.
recording.
Okay, that's fine. You can record. I'm recording too.
Yeah, well, that's good.
I have reasonable suspicion that there was a violation.
By who?
A liquor violation by the people serving alcohol here tonight.
Okay. Again, I still don't understand what that has to do with me. I'm just here working a catering event. I'm here working for the staff. So.
I already explained that to you because I was told that you were also serving alcohol at the bar tonight.
Details and discussions with you about an ongoing investigation, especially when it has nothing to do with me.
You don't have to answer any questions, but you do have to identify yourself.
I didn't break any laws, so what would I have to identify myself for? In Colorado, in order to ID somebody, you have to have proof that they've either broken the law or that you have to have reasonable suspicion or articulate suspicion that they have broken the law. No, you didn't witness me doing anything, and you don't have any witnesses saying that I overserved anybody. So I don't
I need to detain you and...
What would you detain me for?
To identify you.
For what crime, though? You have to have a crime to detain me. Reasonable suspicion is not a crime. Yeah, go ahead.
Were you serving alcohol tonight?
I'm not answering any questions for you guys.
Who's your supervisor? We were told that you were.
That's, I don't know.
Marissa?
I don't know. I just worked the venue. I don't know who my supervisor is.
Yeah, we'll hang tight here. Yeah.
I don't hang tight. I'm not in the military. So that's a military term.
I'll have you stand here.
I'm not in the military, so I don't follow military orders like that.
Is that something I did to upset you?
No. I'm not understanding why you guys think that you have the right to my ID when I didn't break any law. I didn't violate any crime. You have no proof that I violated any crime. Reasonable suspicion means that you have reasonable suspicion that you have proof someone violated a law. You don't have that. You have hearsay from many different people. You didn't witness anything. So reasonable suspicion has to occur in order for you to require my ID. That hasn't occurred yet. I'm not stupid. I know the law very well. I'm a paralegal. You're not going to bully me into forcing ID out of me for something I didn't do. I didn't break any law. So you have to have a law broken. Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks. Training. Reasonable suspicion is that I need to investigate what's going on. I have reasonable suspicion that bartenders were serving alcoholic beverages at the venue.
Right, but you have to have reasonable suspicion that I personally broke the law. Yeah, you do. That's how it works. You can't just have blanket suspicion. Yeah, you can't have blanket suspicion. You have to have suspicion of an individual. We have the right to be free in our persons, and effects against unreasonable... Right. No. In order to even ask for my ID, you need to have a warrant, or you have to have reasonable articulable suspicion or probable cause that a crime has occurred. You don't have that against me. I didn't.
Reasonable suspicion that a bartender that was working here tonight
behind the bar. Did you see me running around picking up glasses?
We're gonna ask your supervisor and other people.
That still doesn't matter. I was running around picking up glasses. I'm recording. I was running around picking up glasses.
I'm recording as well, and we'll agree to.
I'm literally running around with a tray in my hand. When you got here, you didn't see me serving anyone, right?
I'm not going to argue with you.
So I don't understand where your reasonable articulable suspicion that I personally committed a crime is. You can suspect all you want. You can come back later and demand whatever you want once you have that, but you don't have that because I don't break the law. Okay. I know what I'm doing. I'm an intelligent individual. I don't go out breaking laws.
I know you are. Intelligent guy.
Yeah, so I don't break laws. So I have no reason to articulate. You have no reason to articulate a crime. So I have no reason to
articulate. You're not listening.
Not for me. You have reason to articulate what you think is a crime, but that's not a crime. The lady's on her way to the hospital. That's not even
probable cause.
Again, that's not probable cause of me for anything.
You're right. I have reasonable suspicion that I'm trying to investigate.
Right. Reasonable suspicion is where we're at right now.
I'm trying. Don't interrupt me real quick. Let me finish my statement. Right. Reasonable suspicion that people who are working at this event, who are serving alcohol, served alcohol.
And that is
go ahead. Who served alcohol to these people here, right? So we're just trying to identify.
And that is a completely different thing than reasonable articulable suspicion. Reasonable suspicion just means you reasonably suspect something happened. Reasonable articulable suspicion is that you specifically have articulable proof. You have reasonable articulable proof that one individual broke the law.
That'd be probable cause.
No. That's probable cause is the next step. No, after reasonable articulable suspicion, then you interview everybody that you can, and if that gives you enough probable cause, then you have a probable cause statement to do an arrest. But you don't have a probable cause statement right now because I haven't admitted to any crimes.
Right.
Here because I didn't break the law.
Yeah, right now I don't have probable cause.
I didn't break the law though.
To identify all bartenders.
No, you don't. You have reasonable suspicion to come and try to do what you got to do to try to fulfill your investigatory quota, but that doesn't have anything to do with me. Yeah, your boss requires that you investigate a crime. You don't get to just come, look around and say everything looks fine here and leave. Your boss requires that you spend a certain amount of time investigating the crime, that you attempt to find out who was at fault for whatever crime. You don't get to just see that a crime happened and walk away and ignore it.
You're claiming my chief tells me I have a misdemeanor.
I don't know who tells you. Probably your captain. Usually it's a street sergeant or a road captain.
I have a commander.
You have a street sergeant, likely. Yeah. So your street sergeant's probably the one that mandates it. Your captain mandates it to him, and your chief mandates it to your captain or your whatever. I know a lot about him. I've been a police accountability activist for 2 decades now. So I know quite a bit about law enforcement. I don't understand why I'm still out here. I have work to do. Am I breaking the law in some way that you have the right to detain me?
I am detaining you because you're not identifying yourself.
In order to detain me, you need to have reasonable articulable suspicion that I specifically committed a crime. Am I being detained or am I free to go right now?
You're not.
Okay, so I'm being detained right now.
Yeah.
Because you suspect me of a crime.
I have reasonable suspicion to identify all bartenders here. You're not giving me your ID. All I want is to identify.
Oh, I know. That's all cops want. You want to be able to violate our rights willy-nilly without any regard for the Fourth Amendment.
We don't argue.
I know, you guys don't like the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment stops you from finding out who everyone is.
I love the Fourth Amendment.
Well, if you did, then you would understand right now that you don't have reasonable articulable suspicion, definitely don't have probable cause, so you have no reason to be talking to me right now. I have no reason to be...
Rock said he's talking to your supervisor, trying to figure out who you are. I'm sure you're not willing to give me your name.
You have no right to that information. Okay. You need to go do your job. Me being, obedient has nothing to do with your job. You need to go do your job. You guys always think you can just bully situations, and it's not going to happen, dude.
I feel like I'm bullying, sir. I'm trying to have a conversation.
No, it's bullying. When you decided that you were going to detain me without a really strong, reasonable, articulable suspicion, by detaining me without that, you are clearly violating my Fourth Amendment right now. You're violating my Fifth Amendment right. I should be free to leave at this point, and you're attempting to stop me from doing so because you're saying I'm violating the law. But you have no proof of that. You didn't witness me doing that. You can't take hearsay as proof. That's not proof. You have to witness something in order to call it proof. And you don't have that. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't break the law. I don't do that. I'm always very careful. You don't get to just identify me, though. You can say that you saw some bartender, but I'm not a bartender. I'm a server. You literally watched me walking around picking up glasses of water off of tables.
Were you serving alcohol?
I'm not answering any questions. You literally saw me. You literally saw me picking up glasses of water. That's what you saw me doing.
I just met you right here, right now, sir.
I watched you walk in as I was walking around picking up glasses. I don't know what you were looking for. I'm just letting you know that I saw you as I walked in when I was picking up glasses. I'm just trying to get my job done. I got work to do. I want to be able to go home. So what was I being detained? What reasonable articulation did you have that you could detain me?
I've already.
No, you didn't. You just told me I'm being detained. So you can explain this to me. What reason? Let me finish real quick. What reasonable articulable suspicion did you have that I committed a crime that gave you the right to detain me?
We get called here because there's an unconscious female that was reported that she had been served 7 or 8 alcohol.
None of that's my problem.
No.
Don't interrupt.
Don't interrupt.
Yeah, I get it, but that's not my.
We're out of here. See you later.
Y'all have a great day. That's just not my problem. You know what I mean?
This whole situation is a perfect example of how rights don't disappear just because police show up or someone makes a claim. The guy was working an event, holding a camera, doing his job, and suddenly he's being treated like a suspect because of a story someone else told. No proof, no clear facts, just we heard something. That's a shaky foundation to start demanding someone's ID and keeping them from going back to work. What stands out to me is how calm and steady he stayed. He didn't run, didn't threaten anyone, didn't cause a scene. He just kept asking a simple question. What did I personally do wrong? That's reasonable. In everyday life, if someone accuses you of something, the first thing you'd ask is, okay, what did I actually do? The answer here was basically nothing solid, just assumptions and secondhand talk. It's also telling how long the officers kept him there without anything new coming up. At some point, it stops being about checking a situation and starts feeling like pressure, like they're hoping he'll give in just to make it easier for them. That's not how freedom is supposed to work. You shouldn't have to hand over your identity just to prove you're innocent when there's no real sign you did anything wrong. At the same time, this shows why recording matters. Not to stir drama, but to keep things honest. When cameras are on, people explain themselves better, think twice, and sometimes realize they push too far. It protects regular folks who don't have power or authority on their side. This wasn't about alcohol violations in the end. It was about control and confusion. One side thought a badge meant automatic obedience, and the other side knew that rights don't work that way. If this guy didn't know the rules, he probably would have been searched, questioned, and delayed even longer for no good reason. Moments like this remind me that rights are kind of like muscles. If you never use them, they get weak. And once they're weak, it becomes normal for others to ignore them. That's the real danger here. Not one bad stop, but getting used to it.
What's going on today?
Mind your business.
What's that?
Mind your business. Go about your day. If you pull that gun, I got somebody watching from a distance.
Take your hands out of your pockets for me.
Why?
Take your hands out of your pockets, man.
Why?
Because I said so, that's why.
Pointed at me for no reason. For what? Because I got my hands in my pocket?
Yeah.
There's nothing illegal about having hands in pockets. What's your name and badge number, sir?
I'm not giving you anything.
I'll stick them back in my pocket again.
You're running around hiding behind stuff.
What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? I want to see your name. Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
I know my rights.
Name, badge number. What is your name? What's your name?
I don't have my gun pointed at you.
Yes, you do. You got to point it at me.
It's pointed at the ground.
For what? Why you got your what you got your gun?
Your suspicious actions.
And?
Ducking around here, taking cover behind this sign.
So you would pull it.
Hands in your pockets.
So you would point a gun at a man for doing nothing wrong. What is your name and badge number, sir?
I'm being tactically prepared for a suspicious subject.
Come,
Your
hurry
face
up.
all covered up.
Hurry up, get here now. Hurry up. Hurry up. I'm at the Crestwood Police Department. Hurry up. You got a gun. What's your name and badge number, sir? What's your name and badge number? What is your name, dude? What is your name? What's your name?
Where do you live at?
What's your name?
Where do you live at?
I'm gonna get his name. You better not shoot me, sir. You better not shoot
Stop
me.
right here, dude.
I'll have to stop anywhere, sir.
Hey, right there.
Stop. You're being detained.
For what crime?
Stop.
For what crime? You ain't about to do the circle venting around syndrome.
Hey,
move.
Sit down.
No. Who the hell you is? Get your supervisor.
My supervisor's on the way.
Well, I ain't sitting down. I ain't your dog. Is that a police officer?
You're gonna stop moving around.
What?
You're gonna stop moving around.
What crime am I detained for?
I'm trying to figure out why you're hiding behind the sign with females and everybody else and walking out of here.
What crime am I being detained for?
Well, it's a little suspicious, don't you think?
Kirby, Ohio says you must have reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime.
Hiding behind a sign, running from the front of the building to a bush to the sign, hiding behind it. You don't think that's a little suspicious? I certainly do.
It's not a crime, sir.
It's a little suspicious. That's why I'm standing here talking to you.
Get your supervisor.
Your face is all covered up, and there's walking out of the building.
And